It's on page 435 of your textbook. Okay, let's move now to the template that I had shared with you that you can follow when you're formatting your report. And hopefully that's what this is especially useful for. The parts that are in red are what I just went over in the textbook, the different sections that are required for your final version. You have your title page, your cover page, your letter of transmittal, which was that memorandum sample. You have your table of contents. Then you get into the body of your report using different levels of headings, first level, second level. After you get through that, for both careers, you have a recommendation and conclusion section where you are recommending one career over the other. And then you have your references page where you're listing at least 6 references in APA citation style. Okay, well, let's go back up here and take a look at the introduction, because I think that's a little bit confusing for some people. The way the rubric has this set up is you are to write an introduction to the whole paper, which has this first level overarching heading, introduction. Then within that, there's 4 separate sections that tell a little bit about the introduction itself. You have within that an introduction that is just a very quick general overview of the report. Then you have a purpose section, which is why you're saying, or what the report, the purpose of it is. Why are you writing this? Which is to compare 2 career areas and recommend one over the other. Then you have a sources and methods section. This is where you tell how you did your research, where you found your sources. You don't have to specifically list your sources in this version, in this section here. You can list them at the end in your references list, but make sure you include a paragraph in your introduction talking about your sources. Then the last part of the introduction is the organization. This is how you're organizing your report. Are you using the direct or indirect approach? And why did you choose this approach? Okay, what's important is that you use these first and second level headings and include them. Make sure that they're included within your introduction. A lot of people wrote one paragraph called introduction, and they included these parts, but there were not subheadings in them, so they lost points for that. Be sure that you have an introduction, first level heading, and then the required subheadings. Same with your body of your report. You want to have your first level heading, which is the overarching one that covers the entire career you're discussing. And then within that, you'll have subheadings discussing the different aspects of each career. At least 5 areas, like job description, job outlook, salary expectations. Whatever you're comparing, make sure that you're doing the 5 same comparison between each career. Okay, you can use these headings to generate your table of contents here too, as I did in this sample for you. To do that, all you do is you highlight the heading. This is your first level heading, a first level heading. Up here, see how it's marked as heading 1? That's how you're coding it, essentially. That's your first level. Then you would go to whatever, that's a second level heading, heading 2. And you do that throughout your whole report. You code them, heading 1, heading 2. And if you had heading 3s and 4s, if you were writing a really long and detailed report, you do the same with that. When you're done, you come up here and click wherever you want your table of contents to go. You go to References, Table of Contents, Insert Table of Contents, and then you click OK. And that should put your table of contents in like this. That pulls up with your first and second level headings. Then if you wanted to update it, like if you went through and made changes, maybe you changed what this looked like or something, you come up here and then you right click and it says update field and then update entire table, okay. And it'll go through and update it. It would update page numbers, it would update anything that changes that you made down here would be updated automatically up here. See how it generates your page numbers too. So that's really nice if some people manually do the table of contents and then they have to go in and adjust the numbers and such. If you do it this automatic way, it is done for you. Okay, I only have a few more minutes before this recording cuts out, so I want to show you real quick how to do the references if you're doing the in-text references and your references list automatically with Word. Okay, let's say I want to put an in-text reference after this sentence here. I have a book, it's called The Productive Writer. Let's say I just use that in this sentence. So I'm going to go up to here, up to the References tab, insert citation, make sure APA is marked as your style. Insert citation, and I'll have to add a new source because I don't have that source listed yet. So it's pulling it up. Here's where I'll put in the different information about the source. I will choose the type of source, book section, website, type this all in. I'm just going to do this real quick. So her name is Cohen Sage. So we'll just say OK. And see how it automatically then inserts an in-text citation for you. Then, when you're done with all that, you can go to the end in your references list and do bibliography. That's references, bibliography, insert bibliography, and it will generate an automatic references list for you here. See how that's, and you can update that with the right click as well like you do with the other one.
Okay, I think the more you learn about this Microsoft Word function on how to put the references and how to automatically do the table of content, in the future, whenever you write any other documents or report, that will actually save you much more time and make your job easier. Okay, we'll stop here today. Thank you very much.